For this week's Field Trip Friday, Larissa and I were taking on a windy adventure.
I can definitely say I feel like Pocahontas with the wind in my hair, but I also feel like Pocahontas when I come out here and I go running, when I take my dog out I have fun, and I heard in the winter you can even go sledding.
Oh, for sure, Larissa. Not only is Duck Park known for all its wildlife and creatures, it's also known as Island Park. So what do you think, Larissa?
Let's go check it out. Maybe we can find some ducks.
Let's go. Duck Park is a great spot to see wildlife like ducks, turtles, swans, and more.
The island is also a great spot to go running on trails, kayaking in the summer, or going fishing.
In humble gratitude, this island park is dedicated as a memorial to the valiant veterans of World War II. This is just really special, especially near Veterans Day.
In order for visitors to enjoy the natural riverfront park, it's our job to take care of the island.
Megan Swartz of Nimiglissi told us how important this sanctuary is for Alpena.
We got to check out some of the invasive species in the river by participating in some of the same activities that kids at camp can explore.
And we do place-based education projects with students. So this is one of the places that's great because it's really close and in the city. And we come here pretty often to do different projects, whether it's an invasive species pull or a macroinvertebrate study, or even just cleaning up the island to give back to the community. So we've got our waders here. We'll be strapping those on and those will protect us from the chilly water. And then we've also got our nets here. So these are nets that we use to capture our macroinvertebrates. They've got a skirt on them and then they've also got some mesh in here that will allow the water to pass through, but then it'll capture our macros in there. So we literally are gonna get our feet wet in the water today. Well, maybe not actually wet, but we're gonna put on our waders, use our nets, and get out there. So this area is a really unique opportunity because it's right in the city and students from Besser can literally walk here. So it offers a really diverse habitat area. You've got woods, you've got water, it's super diverse. So many of the creatures will just live under the ice. Amphibians typically burrow down into the sands. Macroinvertebrates typically will just hang out and kind of tough it out for the winter. Some of the species like the deer and squirrels kind of just go a little more dormant. They don't necessarily hibernate like a bear would, but they'll kind of slow their pace down. So there's an invasive species called frogbit here, and it almost looks like a really tiny lily pad. And it kind of takes over and forms this mesh layer on top of the water, and it'll choke out all of the other species that are there. So what students will do will come here and use buckets to pull that invasive species out.
While we didn't find any crayfish, it was interesting learning about how many different species live on and near the sanctuary.
You might find deer or squirrels along the trail. It's a great close place to enjoy nature.
In the summer, you can walk or jog the trails, and in the winter, you can grab your cross-country skis or snowshoes and get a good workout. The stairs add a lot of extra work.
Whoa, is this where Dorothy fell on the Wicked Witch of the East?
Well, we're not in Kansas anymore.
Well, it sure doesn't look like we're walking on much of a yellow brick road. All I see are these yellow leaves.
Wow. Look at this building. Ooh. Oh, this is pretty.
Yeah, I like it. Look at this rainbow.
I think that's my favorite part.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Hey, I can't sing.
I know the next line, so I'm gonna follow along. You never know what you'll find at the park. There's a little building that has names and artwork colored in chalk. Just documentation of some of the people who cherish this island.
Since you can come to Duck Park at any time of the year, just make every Friday a field trip.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on Field Trip Friday.